Let's go.
I don't want Taco Bell right now.
Yeah.
No, I
Definitely.
would rather have Boston Market. It's just I didn't know what people wanted, and I know if I just get regular tacos, people will eat them.
That's true.
So.
Now we're recording, by the way. I'm broadcasting.
And live.
Good to know. Thank you.
I did it 2 minutes early.
Oh, so the whole time we were talking?
So
No.
the whole time-
Hi.
Just like a second ago.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, there's no spots for my mouse to move. Well, for her mouse to move.
Yeah. I mean, other than the fact that there's a...
You could do this.
I could.
Or
There you go.
the actual laptop.
Where's the,
Or touch screen.
Yeah.
It's all
Or,
the
yeah.
Okay, you go to yeah. And then
Let's just keep critiquing Jimmy as IT.
What's that?
13 days ago. Oh, that's more time.
Hello.
Hey, chat.
I did.
Hello.
we have no viewers yet, so
Did you stream your keyboard well?
Joe. I think.
Hello.
Is there anybody out there?
Okay. So
we have no viewers yet. So let's not.
I know, but by tabletop, do you mean like D&D?
That's exactly. I put tabletop board games and campaigns.
Oh, okay.
Now remember, we're not going to go into this one time. It was really cool, and I'm going to tell you a 4-minute long story about it.
Okay.
So not specific stories about our campaigns.
Right. Like if you said, I played an evil campaign and we did X, great. I had an evil campaign and I was awesome because I killed this person by using X skill
X, Y,
and
and Z.
yeah.
I'm gonna XY all over your Z.
I always
I'm
play
gonna Google your Yahoo.
blank.
Yes, I always play a blank, or I frequently like to play a blank. My least favorite class is blank. Somebody else please go.
What is the date? It's the 12th?
16.
16th.
God, you should start correcting.
Numbers.
You should start doing it the correct way.
I could, or I would have to change all the other ones too.
What's the correct way? Day first?
I like the European way.
No, that is
Well,
not
the
necessarily correct.
That's not
It's
correct.
the
The rest of the world way, I should say.
No, it's not just not the rest of the world. They're
Yeah.
basically different things.
No,
it's like not just the U.S. that does that. It is other places. You're correct.
Just the US does it that way.
No.
No,
That
that's
is not
just
true.
US. But you're right. Europe definitely does it that way. A lot of Asia does it that way. Not all of it. I believe Australia does it our way.
Well, the way I prefer is number, date, and then to not confuse it,
As long as you
the
consist
letter like MAR or APR, like and then the year.
That's not even a specific
That's not
way.
even-
That's just,
yeah.
it's
That's
just an
you.
alternate version of,
Yeah.
of that way.
But as far as like regular like things like hyphenated, like I would prefer it to be
The 16th of
the
March.
the 16th of March of this year because that actually like makes chronological sense.
I prefer a month, day, year because I have a huge background in clerical. So when you save things like the 16th of March, all of your 16ths in a document, like in a folder, are you got the 16th of January. Well, you've got the 16th of like December, then the 16th of February, because it goes. Unless you do it, but or even if you're doing it all numerically.
April 1st because it's going to be 15
Right.
and an A.
Right. Or even if you're doing
in
it
that
numerically.
case, you should do year, month, day.
No, that's even worse.
That is. Because no one does.
First off, you should have a folder for each year.
Yes.
You should.
Second off, you should go, like if you have the 16th of January, then the next document's going to be the 16th of February, the 16th of March, the 16th of April. So that's why I prefer going March 16th, March 18th, March 20th, April 14th.
In theory,
I'm a fan of March 16th.
because we go on the Thursday of every week, the 16th of March and the 16th of April are not going to be very common. We're going to be more like the 18th, 16th, 21st.
Right, but we weren't debating specifically this
Yeah,
thing
we were
anymore.
debating.
We were
Right.
debating how to do
Clerical,
it
right,
in
exactly.
general,
Yeah.
which is why I said I prefer
Yes.
month, day,
How can we
year.
tell
In
who's
general.
watching?
I don't know.
Should we
No,
do
I
no one.
never know.
So you go and hover over the side, like in the chat. Then there's people.
It always hits you right there.
So now we have Jamie's watching.
I don't think that that's true though, but I mean it might be true. But it said she was there before, so I don't know.
Alright, so in 2 minutes we'll start everything no matter what.
Right.
Right, because we, keep this and post it later.
Right. It's just a fun little thing.
I'm not know what Jamie is here.
Okay. Well, because it showed you up before when.
Yeah, it showed your name when it also said no viewers.
Exactly. So I wasn't sure if it was
So-
just.
We weren't sure if it was like you had subscribed to the chat so that you were always in it,
Right.
or if you were actually here. Because it was on when 0 viewers were there, so.
Exactly.
Today's my lazy day. I'm wearing pajamas and a sweatshirt.
I haven't even changed from practice.
I haven't changed. Well, I have
I
changed from
smell.
work. So I'm not wearing boots and long pants in 70 degrees. Boots and pants.
Oh, she had it open so that she didn't go to bed. I don't know why your name is not showing.
Yeah, who's you streamer?
Who are you?
Is
You
that
streamer?
Lee or Mike or Joe or?
I'm gonna say it's Mike. My bet is it's Mike.
My bet is Lee then.
My bet is Joe.
I don't think it's Joe.
Because Joe said he was going to watch.
Yeah, but Joe normally watches as Rachel.
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
normally
know.
watches his IQ Ice Cream.
Which is not one of the watchers, so.
Yeah, but that's also us.
The suspense is telling us you streamer.
You streamer. Audio's pretty bad again. This is the worst.
Someone with.
Oh, Joe's online now.
Yep, so it's not Joe, so Jamie's wrong. You streamer, who are you?
Alright.
It's all crackly. It might be because the volume.
This is way up.
Is that any better? No. Is that any better?
A little bit further up.
No, it looks like that's. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Let's go here. Here.
Testing. Can you hear us now?
A little bit higher. Check. Don't clap.
I was seeing how far it goes. I clapped. It wasn't that bad.
It's not the volume, there's just a popping sound. Filter.
Fish don't need it.
I was Lee. I was Lee. I lost.
Victory.
Does that help the sound?
All right, so it's 10:36.
How about now? Is that better? Testing. Sound.
Yeah, well, they're on a delay, so you do have to wait a little bit.
We're in the age of instant gratification.
We're not in the age of instant gratification right now. There is a delay.
Rachel's a robot.
Not a robot.
You can't hear us, Lee?
Yeah, but is it good sound or is it crackly? Is it robot-y? Stop. Why?
Will you stop messing with it?
Now it's super loud. It was fine.
See, I told you there is delay. There's always delay.
I know there's delay.
I think that might be Lee's thing. It's hollow, yeah. But if Lee can't hear us and we keep freezing up and nobody else is complaining about us freezing up and not being able to hear, that might be Lee's stuff, not our stuff. But there is a hollow sound. I don't know.
I was just gonna start knitting while you guys were fighting.
It's not a thing.
I wish I could tell you that I know what to do, but I don't. Yeah. I got nothing for you, Lee. I'm sorry. I'm not the tech dude.
Oh no. Someone call Doug.
gonna go and then see. Volume is turned down on the laptop, so yeah, it is. We're at half volume on the laptop.
What are you looking for?
Is it because it's going through the laptop microphone and not the actual microphone?
Is it going through the laptop microphone?
I don't know.
Somehow it got switched.
Can you hear us now?
Well, that's your speaker. That's the microphone in your computer.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's the Realtek high definition audio. This is the M box.
Yes, pull the mic away from the computer and see if that works.
Check, check, check. Check, check, check.
How's it sound, guys?
No, that's your computer.
We understand. We're trying to see if that microphone was
Yeah.
causing the
We're
feedback.
trying to figure stuff out. Like, I get it, but if we can go through this microphone
Without using
the M box, because the M box is producing no sound, I'd rather do that than spend 10 minutes fixing something that's not working.
Okay.
They're probably on a commercial.
That's it. Okay. No, okay. Flying up north so I can hear an episode in person. Hold me to that, Lake. We'll see you next week.
Jamie can hear us.
Check, check.
Okay, you can hear us. Is there still that hollow sound, or are we good? Still robot voice.
DJ Boo.
Check, check, check.
See, I can hear Joe's downstairs. It doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah.
Check. All right.
Sweet. We managed to fix it in
Excellent.
some way, shape, or form. No, everyone says it's fine.
Okay. So, time to move on. Oh,
Now the volume is too low.
yeah. Go up to there. How's it sound?
Nope, we're still too
Nope,
low.
Still too low.
Actually, let me turn the.
Testing.
Oh.
Whoop, a little bit too loud.
Check.
How
check.
about now?
Check. All right. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit, just a little bit. All right.
Okay.
That should be good.
So,
Hi everybody. Welcome to Grown as Adults. Working without
Yeah.
our tech guy.
that's
Oh.
it. Doug's not allowed to have any more vacations.
Nope.
Yeah,
No more vacations.
Doug's not allowed to work overnights anymore.
And not in the state.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he's not even in the
he's
state.
required to be in New Jersey at all times, just in case.
He's not Lee far away, but
Yeah, he's only in Pennsylvania. But either way, today, welcome to Grown Ass Adults. I'm IQ.
Hipster.
Nintendo nerd.
Cloud.
And today we're going to talk about tabletop games. I know a lot of our friends are really interested in this topic, so I figure it'll be a good one for us. We are making this a broad, generic one. This is what we like to do with grown-ass adults. We like to use our first topic to make it broad and generic, and then later on in the year or whatever in the month, we'll narrow it down and do something specific. So we're going to keep it at tabletop campaigns, whether we're talking White Wolf, D&D, Pathfinder, anything like that, or we're going to talk tabletop games like, say, Ticket to Ride, the ass crack of the game industry known as Monopoly.
Ugh.
Move the drink. Other one. Thank you.
Why?
It was just
Because it was
close.
extremely visible.
Oh. Product placement.
Okay. So why don't you start off with your favorite board game? Not campaign or anything.
Okay,
just board game.
board game. Right now, there's a couple of board games I want to try, but right now, the ones that we have here, I'm going to have to say board game or card game. Because
Board
card
game.
and board
Either
game
or.
are kind of.
We'll start with.
Okay, we'll
board.
start with board, and then we'll
Okay.
do card, and then we'll do campaign if we have the time.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. Wow, it's tougher than it seems. I'm gonna go with Small World. I'm a fan of Small World because it's a simpler game. It's a simpler type of empire building type of game. So.
All right.
I lied. I'm not gonna go with that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Carsicone. It's really fun in the fact that like it's versatile. Like every time you play, it's gonna be a completely different map that's generated between you and everybody else around you. I personally have all of the expansions, although I've never played with like half of them. But I could.
You have what? River and
All of them.
We have the big box of Carsicone.
Yeah. So we have like.
I've never played the
Fairies and
actual
I think
board
there's
game.
actually one or two that we don't have that are new releases from that big
Yeah,
box.
I've never actually played the actual board game Carcassonne.
We'll bring
Jimmy
it up.
recommends it.
I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Like, cause even newer people can play it. Like, cause we play it with her family, and they're not 100% at like most like heavily like ruled
Gamers, yeah.
card games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's all on me, man.
Yeah. No pressure.
I really Ticket to Ride, maybe.
Get a Ride's awesome.
It's a solid one.
I love Ticket to Ride.
Which one? Which version? Just the standard?
I've only played
US.
Ticket to Ride and Asia Ticket to Ride.
I'm a fan of the Swiss one because it has the tunnels.
I
love
didn't get
Ticket
a
to
chance
Ride
to
is-
ride to play those ones.
Ticket
but
to
I'm sure
Ride
I
is
would.
good because,
Yeah.
like, I
It
hate
is.
board games normally, and
Right.
I will play Ticket to Ride.
I just like
Yeah.
how you can have different strategies every time and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I also like Seven Wonders. Seven Wonders is a good solid
I
one.
really like that. That was gonna be my other one.
And there's a hard version of it, like an A and a B version. So as you get better at it,
I think my favorite, despite the fact that I normally don't like long as hell board games, I really do enjoy playing Arkham Horror. If I'm in the mood, like don't catch me in the wrong mood and be like, hey, you want to play Arkham Horror? Because the answer is no. But if I want to play, if I'm like, you know what, I want to play a board game, chances are if you're like, how about Arkham Horror? I'm like, you know what? Yes.
I have nothing else
Arkham
to
Horror.
do today.
I have nothing to do this weekend.
Jamie, there's a
That
Settlers
reminds-
board game because I love the Settlers. The Settlers series, I will play them all day. But you're saying there's a Settlers board game?
Settlers what?
It's a
Catan.
Settlers of Catan, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, no, Settlers of Catan and the Settlers are different.
Oh, alright.
So that's what I'm trying to say.
Horror remind me.
Eldritch Horror is much shorter than Arkham Horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is Elder
Okay,
Sign.
Catan.
So.
Yeah, we have Elder
House.
Signs.
Yeah, it's still very
Yeah,
good.
I don't like Elder Sign. Okay, House of Betrayal Hill. Don't actually have that game.
Betrayal and House of Haunted Hill.
I have
Okay,
it
whatever.
downstairs.
Don't actually. Yeah, you guys have that game.
It's Genesis.
So that's probably what. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
probably why I didn't think about it. But I love that game.
I really
I
enjoy
don't.
playing it.
So I love it so much.
I'm with Rachel.
I overplayed.
It was cool the first time,
I
but-
overplayed that game when I was in college, and now it's like, anybody want to play Betrayal at House on the Hill? And I'm like, we can do something more fun, like relive my parents' divorce or visit a gynecologist.
Maybe because I don't have it,
Maybe
I didn't
Monday.
Yeah,
I didn't overplay it.
I
Yeah.
I understand. I mean,
Elder Sign is Cthulhu Yahtzee. Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
but I like Elder Sign.
I don't like Elder Sign.
Cthulhu Yahtzee. Yeah, pretty much.
No, I love Arkham Horror. I especially love all of the different character stories and
Yeah.
all
Never
of
played
the
Arkham Horror.
yeah, and like I love all of the different monsters and stuff like that. And I like the fact that it gives you like a Cliff's Notes version of like every single Call of Cthulhu thing ever.
What's your favorite Arkham Horror?
Arkham Horror. Yeah.
You wanna go
I
card?
like Dunwich, but
Well,
Well,
do you want to do worst
no, no, no.
least favorites board game first?
No, we'll do
and then
card and then campaign
And then we'll do
and then we'll go
least.
to the least. If
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll start with card and then she'll start with
Okay.
campaign.
Alright.
Sounds good.
alright.
So my favorite card game is Flux.
Flux. Which version?
See, now that's the
There's
best
so
part.
many
I can say Flux, and I mean all the versions.
Okay,
Because they're
there's
all
a version of Flux I
equally
don't
awesome.
like actually, but I do like.
I'm
the
sure-
Star
Do
Wars
you not
version
like
best.
You
the
don't?
Monty Python?
No, I don't mind the Monty Python.
Okay,
I
'cause
don't
that-
like the Cthulhu one actually, and I don't
Oh,
mind
you said
Cthulhu.
you-
It's just I don't like it.
No, I love Flux. Me and
I
and
don't know if I
Doug
played
spent
that
all
one.
of our time like we
No,
spent like
I-
2 or 3 hours playing Pirate Flux, and it was literally just me and Doug
Yeah.
upstairs. It was when Joe and I lived at Doug's house, and it was like Joe was downstairs playing like Battlefield or something, and me and Doug are sitting upstairs at the kitchen table playing Flux.
I like how you can mix the different fluxes and just make a crazy
Yeah, oh, yeah.
flux. Like
yeah,
it's like you have Eco Flux and Star Flux and then like Pirate Flux, and you're like, what is this fluxing? And you're like, it's just crazy
I bring Flux with me when I go out to like eat at
Yeah.
restaurants because
Mhm.
you have
Why
like
not?
40 minutes of doing nothing.
So you said you do like Star Flux?
Yeah, I love Star
So
Flux.
I haven't
have-
played
we
with
have
any of the
Star
new
Flux.
Star
Hold on.
Flux or any of the new other Flux, like any of the new Fluxes that's come out since Star Flux. But Star
Let's do
Flux
the
is the
Fluxes
only one
afterwards.
that's been like, it's Flux, but it's like it's got a different adaptation.
exactly.
You know what I mean? It's
I
like
like
it's
Flux a
different-ish,
lot.
but it's still
It's
Flux.
different-ish?
Star Flux.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a new element to it. I forget how it's different, but I
It's
remember.
got the creepers.
Yes, the
Yeah.
creepers. That's what it is.
Oh well, Martian has that too.
Yeah.
We have that.
Yes.
And then
And like the keepers do a lot more stuff than what the other keepers do.
Okay,
usually.
like-
I remember.
'Cause-
I forget how it is, but I remember in my head, Star Flux
Yeah,
is different.
yeah.
Than
a
the
lot
other
of people
Flux while
don't
still
like
being
the
Flux.
Yeah.
if they don't like if they don't like a Flux, they don't like the Monty Python usually.
I've only played
Because-
Yeah,
the
because it's
because it's got
overrated.
because it's got so many different rules to it. Like
Yeah.
you have to sing something, you have to say a
Mhm.
line. You,
See, I don't care about
love
that.
I love
part.
all that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I
Also,
like-
by the way, I just want to point out that we skipped over my second favorite board game, and I'm going to say it now.
Go ahead.
It's Encore. I love that board game.
I need to bring Nick Core back.
You know, what's the one that what's Hack's favorite? That would you count that as a board game? The one where you write it in. The wheel?
Categories?
yeah,
No.
no. It's definitely you would.
Categories is
It's
a good
it's
one.
a party game, but I mean,
Okay, well,
Would
okay,
it-
we'll count
would we-
party games later. That's
I'll
another
start.
category.
I'll start party games.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Party games is a totally different category. It
Yeah.
totally
yeah,
is,
yeah,
right?
it is.
Definitely.
Those
It
are
is.
casual gamers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
that's my favorite too.
Okay,
Alright,
so
cool.
what was
Alright,
your
Alright,
card
so
game?
you're.
My favorite card game. Okay, so I am gonna say. I'm surprised you didn't say Boss Monster. Okay, anyways.
Boss Monster was what mine was gonna be.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Her.
No, that's fine.
I took this. Okay.
Go for it.
All right. No, my
I've got
favorite.
like 3 favorite card games. I'm gonna list them all.
No, mine's
'cause rules don't apply to me.
I had 2.
You want to say the one we just got?
Just go.
No,
Say
no,
something.
say them.
Whack a Cat Girl.
Oh,
Whack
yeah,
a Cat
good
Girl.
call.
It's so fun.
I
So
haven't played that in ages. Bring
this
that
one
over
I picked
sometime.
up at
It's
Gen
over.
Con a few years ago, and
Been in
it's
your house
like
the whole time.
it's not made
Oh.
by a big company,
No.
but the premise is like, okay, you have these objects and they're worth points, and you use these, so you can use these objects as two premises. You can use them to distract the cat girl, or you can use them to throw at the cat girl, and these are worth points. So you can distract with like things like glitter, I think is one of them,
Something
or
shiny.
like fish or something, whatever, or you can throw it at them like a hammer or a plushie, and they're worth different points.
The plushie one.
It's the most fun game ever. I love it. I actually have the expansion that you can only get at certain places, and one of them was at Gen Con.
My friend Tom had the first edition of that.
Yeah,
Got
I
it.
think I have the
So
second
did we.
edition.
Got it
There's like
when they-
there's like
when they first made it.
yeah, like typos and stuff. Yeah, but the expansion or whatever is where you actually are a cat girl, and it's like these giant cards. I don't know, whatever. I love the game. I was so excited when we found it.
What's your other one?
I forgot. Well, we'll come back to it.
That's fine, because now I have 4.
Okay, go for it.
All right, werewolf.
Yeah.
Good
I
one.
love werewolf. If anybody wants
Ultimate
like
Werewolf, she's talking.
Ultimate Werewolf, yeah.
That's the card game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the card
right?
game. I love
more of a party
Ultimate
game.
Werewolf. Is it?
Yeah, I'll give you
I'd be
a party
okay.
game for that one.
I'll give that one party
Yeah.
game. Okay.
I would.
So
Yeah.
You
don't
go
really
either
play
way.
with Cards.
I mean, it's played with cards, but it's kind of like, but could be an RPG one, kind
So's
of
Mafia,
borderline.
what about the spy one?
Renaissance.
Resistance?
That's it.
Resistance.
I like Resistance.
I love Resistance.
I love Resistance. As you can tell,
It's
I
also
love.
werewolf. but,
Yeah,
like, no.
it's werewolf, but more random. I love Suitors. It's a really cute game. It's
What's
Thought of
Love
the
Letter?
other-
Sorry.
I
Love
Jamie,
Letter.
what's Love Letter?
It's the game that we just got. It's actually really cute. Basically, it's there's 16 cards in the deck. That's
and they're
it.
all people. They're like the prince or like the handmaiden. Or
Basically, you're trying to get a love letter to Marie Antoinette.
Okay.
During the time where
The
her,
revolution.
not
her
necessarily
parent.
Marie Antoinette.
Yeah.
It's the queen
Yeah, Marie
or the
Antoinette.
prince. So yeah.
okay.
Anyways,
Semanticing.
keep going.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
exactly, yes.
because her mom just died, so she's the queen.
Okay, right.
But so basically, it's kind of like war and
Resistance.
no,
Because I could see that being really cool with that setup.
but it's like guillotine. I don't know if you've ever played
No,
guillotine,
then that was my other card game.
but that's similar to it. But it's
Essentially,
not.
you're trying to get a love letter to the queen, and
We
you're
will have
going
to
through
try
a
it.
means of
Yeah.
people, and the closer you get, the higher up the ranks you get to by passing along this love letter, the better you are off. So if you get it to the prince or the princess or the handmaiden, that's a higher value than if you just get it to like
The baker.
the guard or the
Yeah.
baker. Exactly.
Okay.
And then there's always a mystery person that you don't know it's like a hidden person that's not in the existence. And you guess these like they all have a hidden feature. Like if you play a card, you can't guess the other person's card. Like, you can't look at their hand or something.
Okay.
It's an easy one you can take to
Yeah,
play.
it's a 15,
We'll have
20
to try
minute
it
game
sometime.
Yeah.
where you go through a round every like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Cool.
Rachel, sorry, you still
Go
have
ahead.
2 more.
Yeah. So Suitors. I really love Suitors. It's like a card game. It's got like you have 3 suits, and you're trying to win over the heart of generic person A. So you have 3 suits. You have love, power, and money. And while you're playing, you're putting down cards. So power beats money beats love. But when you are at the end and you're adding up all of your points, love beats money beats power. So that it switches and it's really cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Ultimate Werewolf, Suitors, Resistance, and then there was another one that I really liked, and I don't remember it because we started talking about Love Letter.
Way to go, Jamie and Jimmy.
Yeah, it's all Jamie and Jimmy's fault.
Yeah, it totally wasn't Pat who interrupted.
If you want, I thought of mine. If you want
Go
to take
for
a
it.
second. The other one I thought of was guillotine, which is I don't know if anyone's ever played it, but essentially it's guillotine is you go back to the guillotine days, and there's a line of people that are lined up to get their heads chopped off the guillotine.
It's actually also Marie Antoinette.
And everybody's
I'll
head
skip
is a
the French
value.
Revolution.
So everyone's head is worth a value, and you want to have the highest value in your basket of heads. And there's so many days that you have, and whoever has the biggest head pile So funny.
Well, I mean, like my favorite ones. I'm gonna go with 3.
Chrononauts.
Yes, Chrononauts. I love Chrononauts. That's such a good one.
Still haven't played
That's
that.
Still good. It's kind of like Flux. Like I think is it made by the same people?
It's
as Flux?
like complicated Flux.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's,
It's
I
complicated
love
flux.
Chrononauts. I think specifically I love Chrononauts because I love the movie Gamers Darkness Rising, and they play like a made up game called Time Felons, where like I totally bushwhack Lincoln and like take that Jesus. But it's really similar to that concept where you change the course of history.
I think it's fun because like it's fun in the fact that it's a good game to play, but it's also like slight history nerds have a benefit, not in the fact that if you don't know history, you're not gonna be able to play the game. That's not true at all.
Like if
But
you don't know
if
where
you
the
know
Louisiana
it,
is.
it's more entertaining to you.
Yes,
if you know
and
it.
also you spend less time thinking about things because you can kind of find things in the timeline easier.
Right.
Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go with Boss Monster first off. Boss
Good
Monster is
one.
nice and simple.
Very good one.
It's a simple, easy to play game where you make pretty much a dungeon in cards, and then you run heroes through them and hopefully kill them.
Hopefully.
And then I'm gonna go with Mao. After that, people either love or hate Mao.
I hate now.
Yeah, you absolutely either love or hate it. It's pretty much, I can't tell you the rules, but it's pretty much playing
Really?
Uno with made up rules.
Yeah, you make up the rules as you go.
Oh.
There's not really rules to match
Does it
until
There's 3
until
rules.
you're playing.
Does it fluctuate?
Yes, it does. Every time someone wins a hand, you make up a new rule.
Oh, like presidents.
Oh yeah, but presence is different.
Yeah, because you have to be president for 3 times.
The point of the game is to get all the cards out of your hand. If
Like presidents.
Yep. And the other rule is you can't talk about any of the rules.
That's not in presidents. What's the storytelling game? Autumn. Jamie. People. Anybody?
What?
Story.
Oh, Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time. That's my second favorite.
But that's not a card. Well, it is.
Yes,
card
that's
game.
a card
All
game.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of deck building games.
Ooh.
Like, there's a bunch of different. I haven't found one that's
Dominion?
really good.
Are you
that
gonna
I
play
know.
Dominion with me?
What's Dominion?
Oh,
like the best
you guys
deck
gotta
building
play Dominion
game.
together.
Sure, I love card building
Finally,
games. Like,
someone-
I've only
now I
played
don't
2 or
have to play
3 that
Dominion
decent
with
ones.
Like lexicons.
Lexicons, yeah.
Lexicon's is fun.
Actually, I'll give you Lexicons of Dueling. Is another game that I really started liking
Sweet.
playing with Dom.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Oh,
Yes, that's
we have like
exactly what I was
7
talking
packs downstairs.
Yeah.
Of what Lexicons?
Lexicons. We bought them. We did a
We
geek
bought,
creation
we
show.
bought
We bought
10 packs.
Yeah, we bought one for everybody.
For
10
Christmas.
Awesome.
And we have so many of them. We didn't get the
10.
Rapier because it
The
didn't.
Rapier's so good. Though.
It didn't
That's
come
the one
out
I
yet.
liked.
We had
It
it.
wasn't
We
out
had
yet.
like first edition
Ah.
versions.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't out yet.
That's the one I like the best.
But that's the. It wasn't
we got a-
out yet.
we
We
got a
were
bunch
like
of people cards,
first
too.
edition, bro.
We got like 9 people cards.
Yeah, it's true because we again first edition.
Once upon a time. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so
What was I going first on?
you're going first on
Campaigns.
campaign.
Oh shit.
Like your favorite tabletop, like world.
Okay, I don't know if this counts
It doesn't.
Probably
but
does.
good.
because we could say RPG/campaigns, correct?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Like D&D.
Fiasco. Does that count?
Yes, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with that.
Okay.
I do.
Fiasco.
I do count that.
I
Okay,
count it.
yes.
Ruling approved.
Yes. So for those who don't know what Fiasco is a game where you create your kind of
You create what
your storyline, plot line essentially, and anyone creates like
what Fiasco is
Thank
is
you.
that you create your character based off of dice. It's all about 6-sided dice. You have a Fiasco book, and you line up tables. So you roll your dice, and you check out what you've got. So you've got 1s, 2s, 5s, 7, 6s, whatever, and you pretty much what you do is you line it up and you decide, okay, me, Autumn, Jimmy, and Pat are playing. So we go around the table and we go, okay, I want a relationship with Autumn. I'm going to
So do
pick.
I.
I'm going to pick a. I'm going to use the number 1 dice for the number 1 table to decide that my relationship with Autumn is romantic. There's something going on between us that's romantic.
I knew it. No.
And then Autumn can say, I want a relationship with Jimmy, and I'm going to pick that. Or she can use
I don't believe you.
one of her die. or she can use one of the dice
it's
to...
gonna be friendship.
Yeah.
But the other one wants romantic.
Ooh.
So anyways, is you create your world within the dice at that time, like it's, and then you play
and then
out.
you play it out. You just role play it out, and you make scenes, and then everybody at the end decides to give you white or dark dice, and you go, okay, well, the light dice are for if something good, if you think that situation works in the person who began the scene's favor. Dark dice if it does not go in their favor, and at the end of the game, you decide the tilt. You decide, like, the plot twist, what actually goes on from there. You do a couple more scenes to end the campaign, so it's like a one-shot thing, and then you decide who won the game by who has the most light dice, who has the least dark dice, and you use your dice to, this represents this dice represents this, and then you end your game that way.
Yeah.
So fiascos are really cool. It's a one-shot campaign type of thing. Plus, you can make your own campaigns, which I am so good at.
Yeah.
It's really good. I like your Supernatural.
I think that's why I like it, because you can create your own
You
campaign.
should publish your Supernatural.
And also because it's a one and done. Like, you finish it, it's done. Like,
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, I hate tabletop games.
I like continuous games.
Like
Yeah,
campaigns.
I
When
do.
somebody tells me, "Oh yeah, I've been playing the same game for 10 years," I'm like, "Why?"
That's my favorite.
with the continuous games, I had a friend. The first campaign I ever did with D&D. It's actually how Jimmy got into D&D. It was
It
by
is.
me, BT Dubs. All this geeky stuff, me, BT Dubs. Anyways,
Yep.
I digress. The way they did it was, now we were new to it, so we didn't take on the reins. But every week or every 2 or 3 weeks, they would rotate who did the storyline. So it would stay in the same realm, and it would have to progress in a way that made sense. But someone would write the storyline, and that was nice because it kind of had like a different flavor to it. So I did like that aspect of it. But I will say this, that when you start a campaign, some DMs suck. They argue with you on rules that don't make sense. Sometimes they screw you over for no reason. Sometimes they let other people get away with shit for no reason, and then they're hard on other people, and it's just sometimes it's very
You don't know how to play your
frustrating.
character.
I
Sometimes it becomes a
legitimately
fiasco.
shut down when it comes to D&D and tabletop games, because there have been so many times that I've been playing games and somebody has looked at me, whether it's the DM or another player, and legitimately told me I wasn't playing my character correctly. And like after like 5 times, I'm like, I'm done. So when somebody asks me to play a D&D game or like some sort of game, I will not use any skills unless it's like extremely necessary and extremely obvious what skill I should use. I'm not like, oh, I'm going to use this so that I can do this and this. I'm like, magic missile, the one that shot me. Other than that, hold my action. I am the queen of hold my action, and then just make fun of things. I use my action to make fun of that person. I use my action to say, this fucking sucks. I am the worst campaign player in existence. That being said, I love White Wolf, specifically Changeling the
I'll
Lost.
say you're gonna say change.
Not Changeling the Dreaming, Changeling the Lost. It's the new World of Darkness, which is rare because most people don't like the new stuff. But the new Changeling is seriously way better than any of the other Changeling stuff, and I ridiculously prefer it.
Also, it's sometimes not also the DMs. I'm not getting off on the DMs either. Sometimes it's the players you're playing with also. It's just finding that
Sometimes
group.
it's just your friends suck.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes
I play
I'm
a
just
lot
not
of
committed.
D&D games, and it definitely matters on the players more than the DM usually.
Yeah, it's not always
if
the
the DM is
It's-
terrible, that's a different
Sometimes,
thing. But
and
usually,
sometimes it's not necessarily just the DM, the person who they're. It's the mixture of the DM with the players too. It's
like
not.
I've had friends of mine play with me on Friday nights as well as on Wednesday night, and they're like, your Friday night group just doesn't go anywhere.
Right. Or
they
even
they sit there and just talk in circles.
right, or even just the kind of campaign they're running isn't
Yeah.
the right campaign
Who
for
DMs
that
your
mix of
Friday?
people.
It's either Ken or Steve.
Yeah, it's just it's
should
finding
sometimes
that
They should
that
poke
group,
people.
or people are trying to do the
Yeah,
wrong, like
make
not
them-
the wrong things, but the way they play.
No, Ken and Steve both
Just
get
they
too
go-
distracted
I don't
themselves.
know.
That's
Does
the
that make
problem.
any
They're
sense?
the worst
Yeah.
at that.
I don't know.
See if
I have a
when I
bad taste
run
in
the
my mouth
Tuesday,
from last
anytime you
weekend.
guys are just
Play.
sitting there
I
for
know.
too long, like, crack the
And I
whip.
love D&D.
Changeling was good.
Yeah, we had great time.
Side conversations.
I'm waiting for
Sorry.
the worst for me to go
we were
into.
both side conversations.
For me to go into my hatred for White Wolf rules. The games I like.
Yeah.
The rules suck.
I like it because it's streamlined and it leaves it up to the DM. But
It's
also
not.
because, yeah, I believe it is because it's just a lot easier to be like, okay, roll your D10.
It's not really streamlined because the problem is they're broken. They just don't work for half of them. They really don't.
It relies way more on the ability of the storyteller. That's the problem, which is why a lot of White Wolf games get a lot of shit. So, like, if we were playing a game and I was a shitty, storyteller, you'd have a really terrible time running a White Wolf game. But, when I run White Wolf games, if somebody's like, so I want to use this to do this, can I do that? Generally speaking, my answer is going to be, all right, well, give me a this and this roll. All right, you did it. This is how it works. You know what I mean? Like, it's like White Wolf, D&D, all of the tabletop games. They all have this one major fault. Napoleon. If somebody wants to be superior and they happen to be a powerful character or a storyteller, your game will suck.
Yeah.
Because
No, I know.
if your storyteller wants to win, your game will suck. If one character wants to be the best character and do all of the things and be the most important character in the game, your game will suck. And I know this from experience because the minute that even if the storyteller goes with it and goes, all right, you're going to be the really cool person who owns this, and then 5 years later you're going through a campaign that they're still running and you're just like, okay, do I'm Schlub B and I happen to be with Autumn, who owns an entire factory that has tons and tons of things that she exports to all of the different cities, towns, and regions of this realm. And everywhere she goes, people are like, fucking Autumn! Autumn's the best! We love Autumn! Autumn, you're so great! And you're like, okay. Cool. My name's Rachel, and you don't give a shit. You're still singing the praises of Autumn? I'm just gonna shut up. I'm just gonna hang out here and do fucking nothing. How's that sound? That's what I hate about tabletop campaigns, is that you can either be like, alright, no, that's not gonna happen. You're not the most important person in the world. In fact, for suggesting that, you're a peon. Everyone who looks at you wants to punch you in the fucking face. Or, like, there's no middle ground.
Yeah.
Like, the minute that one person looks at you and goes, oh wow, you might be pretty cool. For some reason, storytellers have this tendency of being like, everybody is a god to me. Or, everybody needs to punch this person in the face right now because God forbid they be cool.
That's why I like 5th edition. 5th edition D&D. Because you can have the backstory folk hero, and for a specific region of the country, everyone can be like, you're the coolest! I love you! Let me give you a loaf of bread, because that's all I have. But it's everything. And so for that little tiny city, or tiny little bit of the country that you happen to be in, maybe once a campaign, people like you. Like a lot.
It's your background.
It's your background. It's something that you, like, literally had to invest in to get to.
I might mention that my least favorite episode of Firefly is Janetown.
That's my favorite.
I hate that episode because I'm like,
any version of any storyline of any show where there's that one where they all know them and
Yeah.
they're the hero, I
hate it.
Gallivant, they had that one.
My favorite episode of Firefly is the Out of Gas episode.
That's a lot of people's favorite.
That is the best episode.
My favorite's Janetown.
Yeah, no, I don't like
Janetown's
Janetown.
good, but
Janetown reminds me too much of crappy DM campaigns.
no, like, and I have the problem of every once in a while I play a character that is just overpowered in D&D games, but I make them go away. I do, eventually.
Yep, I hate playing
I'm
games.
like-
There are plenty of times where I don't like playing games with Pat when he is another player because I'll be like, I'm a mage, and he's like, I'm a flippin' book, blah blah blah, mage that does this, into this, around
I get
the
too
ass.
I get too far. I'm like,
And I'm like,
I've gone too far.
I shoot jelly from my fingertips. Potato.
And then he's like, I shoot 5 poison dipped arrows of wyvern poison, critical hit on all of them, and do this boat of damage.
Yeah. Hang on, let me back up my pickup. I need to roll some dice.
It's on a nice, neat little box. I just got like this. It's already pre-counted.
But yes, that's why I prefer World of Darkness, because generally speaking, with World of Darkness, nobody wants to be. Because the thing is that nobody wants to be well known in World
Yeah.
of Darkness.
You're right.
So you don't have that one person that's desperately trying to be well known. And then you also don't have the storyteller being like, well, now everyone knows you. And if they do, it's because they're trying to dick you over. And I feel like it's. I mean, maybe it's just the storytellers that I've been with in World of Darkness where they're like, all these people know you, you better lay low for a month. Alright.
Has it been a month?
Yeah, right.
But like, I specifically made a campaign about everyone having the folk hero background.
Yeah.
And made the story from there as sort of like an Avengers thing where they called upon all the folk heroes of the land to.
Well, that's
Stop.
different. It's different storylines. It's different.
But
these are all like situational too. Like
Yeah, no, yeah,
campaigns are different.
But personally, for rule set wise and for all of that, I think 5th edition got it the best
For D&D.
for D&D.
We
Well,
missed Pat.
You did, but that's okay.
oh, I
Go ahead.
thought that you went with.
No, I was saying I hated World of Darkness.
Yeah, he was saying
Oh.
that he hated World of Darkness, so I shat on D&D for a couple minutes.
Go ahead,
Can I
finish.
Sorry. But yeah, but it was a good segue to 5th
Yeah,
edition.
go for it.
Segues are weird. But yeah, so I like 5th edition the best because I think that it got it right. I played a lot of D&D, 4th and a little bit of 3rd, 3.5, and I played Pathfinder and Iron Kingdoms and a couple others, and I didn't really like the rule set, but
I like Iron Kingdom.
but I really like 5th edition. I don't like the crafting in it, but DM can just be like, no, crafting doesn't take 7,000 years. It takes a normal amount of time.
Okay, so mine is simple. Ready?
Yeah.
I like the first page or so in most DMGs. It's also in World of Darkness stuff that says these rules are guidelines. Make it the way that you want things to work.
World of Darkness does that too.
I know. I said it's in there. Too.
Yeah, yeah. World of Darkness is.
So,
World of Darkness is also sassy.
can we all talk about how we've yet to play?
Pat like stopped in the middle of a
Sorry.
sentence.
No,
Sorry.
it's okay.
No, you're right. I'm sorry.
You should be.
I'm pretty much done anyway. Go ahead.
No, your guidelines. You're correct. Go.
It's okay. Go.
We have yet to play Firefly. None of us. I don't think any of us.
Oh, I've played it.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I used to have it.
Is it good?
I thought
Have
it
you
just
played
came
it?
out.
Me? No.
The Firefly tabletop game?
No, it's been out for a
Bro
while.
Dog. No,
been- no,
I
it's been
played
out
that.
for a while.
I played that in Brookdale.
You know what? I want to play a modern or future game. I was thinking about it the other day how I was going to make classes for 5.0 for future.
What is it?
Like
Mr.
5.
Rose?
No.
Oh, future.
5.0 for like a future game because
Oh, cool.
you can make classes easily for 5.0 and then like a pilot which was gonna have the 3 things of like mecha, gadgeteer, and ship starship pilots and stuff like that.
Cool. I've heard.
That was her excited face.
I'm just tired.
It's 11, like 15 at night.
It's early.
I've heard so many mixed reviews about it, mainly bad reviews about it. But
What, Firefly?
yeah, as a
I
tabletop.
haven't read it.
It's really sassy, and I prefer my games to have like a high level of sass and a low level of how to play this game. So,
So it would fit? No.
well, like that's the thing. That's why I prefer Fiasco to most things because like it doesn't dictate your rules. Like you
That's
just kind
true.
of like you use each other to like dictate what goes on. You're just like I'm gonna punch Jimmy in the face, and Jimmy's like, nah, I'm gonna block because fuck off.
We could. I'm sure they already have one, but Firefly Fiasco. We could just do that.
Yeah.
Because then
And
we
then
don't have to
everybody
buy
wins.
$80 worth of Firefly tabletop shit.
Yes.
That makes more
$5.
sense.
Do you know what Dungeon World is? Dungeon World system?
Dungeon World. No, I haven't seen that.
So I'll be right back after use the bathroom.
Look up one Dungeon.
But you're supposed to go first for party games.
Sorry.
Well, then we should just our least favorite card.
Yeah,
games.
because I was back to you. Least favorite card game.
Least favorites tabletop games is what it was actually
I
first.
felt like we kind of hit
It's
that.
tabletop
Because we
games
kind
first.
of tore them apart.
What?
Well, Rachel did.
What, Monopoly?
No, tabletop.
My least favorite tabletop game. It's tough because I usually like to give most things a try.
You don't have to have a least favorite.
I'm not a fan of Betrayal on the Hill because it takes too long to do anything for, and it just doesn't. After playing it like 4 or 5 times in a row, it just no longer has the feel for it right now. That'll probably change, but.
So are we saying specifically board games right
Board
now?
games.
Okay.
Board games you don't like. Is there any board games that I don't like?
Yeah.
Like Monopoly, I guess.
Yeah, well, I figured everyone was gonna say Monopoly. So.
Sorry, Trouble.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with sorry. There's
Candyland.
always a popper.
No, I'm
Take that back. Candyland's great.
I have no problem with Candyland.
I actually played Candyland with Kaylin and had to teach
Yeah.
her how to play because
Yeah.
she likes to cheat.
Yeah,
really
she
does.
does. So no, that wasn't a real flick. I'm like, oh yes, it was.
This is golf rules, bitch. You leave it where it lands. You don't get to chip that shit. Oh, that sucks for you. You're back at the start. Candyland rules.
What?
You know what I forgot to mention?
What?
What?
Favorite tabletop game. You ready? 40K. Damn it. No.
No thanks.
That is
Yeah, no one
That's
wants to
my
play that.
that
with me.
that's my least favorite tabletop game. If that's a tabletop game,
It is.
It
Nope.
is. It's a war game.
It's a war game.
nope. No part of that.
Oh, what are we talking about?
Any
Least favorite board
tabletop
game.
game that
Least
requires
favorite
me
I
board
to
game.
agree
break
with you, Jamie.
any tabletop
What?
game that requires me to break out a ruler, nope. I'm done.
Risk, Monopoly,
I like Risk.
I like Risk too.
I like
Axis and
Risk, too.
Allies.
I like
Dangerous.
Access and Allies.
Alright, I'm gonna say it. I enjoy playing it, but at the same time I don't. And I remembered another card game version. This is gonna stay with me. Settlers of Catan. I do not like the board version of
Canton.
it, and this is why.
Why don't you like the board version of Settlers of Catan?
Because I always play with more than 5 people, which means I have to get out the expansion set of it. People don't know how to set it up properly.
I've never
I
played
always
with the
set it
expansion.
up.
I know you don't. Okay. I always have to explain the rules 10 million times. The numbers, like the high rolling numbers, never always get high rolled properly. I always get screwed over on that. And
I don't know
the card version is way better. I actually love the card version of Settlers. I
I-
meant to say that with my card game.
I've never played the card game.
It's
and I've
actually
never
a-
played the expansion.
The expansion to make it so you can play with 8 people.
I understand. I've
Yeah.
never played
Okay.
that.
It's downstairs.
No, we have to do that.
I
sometime.
love and hate the game. It's like a love-hate relationship. Like I love it.
'Cause
but
I
it's
love
always-
that game, but I've
It's
only played
always a
the-
3 to 4 hour ordeal. every
I
time play
hate it. If my game lasts more than an hour and its name is not Arkham Horror, I don't want anything to do with it.
And guess what? That's Settlers.
Risk,
What? Like an hour and a
Monopoly, Axis and Allies. I mean,
40K can be like 6
oh
hours.
my god, 40K is awful. Like for example, like Betrayal at House on the Hill, I have to have a good group of people to be playing with, and like it cannot have any rules Nazis in it. It
There's
cannot,
always one person.
and there's always one. It
Especially
cannot
in a
have
hard
anybody.
defense.
It
God
cannot
damn it, dog.
have anybody who takes 8 million years to pick where they're going.
Just put the freaking tile down.
It cannot have, like, I have such specific instructions for who I will play Betrayal of House on the Hill. If you are the betrayer, you need to give me enough time to plan. If I am the betrayer,
Yeah.
don't fucking go out for coffee while I'm waiting for you guys to do something. Like,
Yeah, no.
It's got so many different ways that it could possibly
No, like 5
take
minutes,
8
different
million
room.
years.
That's what I normally do
Yeah.
when we were playing all the time.
All right. Should we do favorite party games now that she's
Yes.
back?
Yes.
Favorite party games. Go.
Can I put Encore again?
Yes.
Encore is my favorite party game, but nobody plays it with me
I played
except
it
for
with you.
Pat.
I played it with you at your wedding.
My
thing.
engagement party.
That's what it was.
We played, yeah.
It was a wedding thing.
Yeah, and that was the
Lena would
last
totally play
time
that,
I
too.
played that game.
That was the only
Rachel,
time I've
Lena
ever
would
played
That's
it.
because
totally
it's been
play
in the
that, too.
storage center.
Next time she comes, we should play that. She would love that.
Also, Heads Up.
Heads up.
I
So
love
Heads Up 7 Up?
No,
Like
No.
Heads Up 7 Up?
no,
Oh.
like the phone game Heads Up. You put it on your head.
Oh.
And then everybody has to give you.
That's
Yep.
isn't that?
Headband.
It's a party game.
Like
Yeah, it's
headbands.
headbands,
That's
but
definitely a party game.
it's definitely a party game, and it's my favorite. It's my new favorite.
They have it on your phone app, and then you can.
I know. I have it downloaded. Me and Pat bought categories for it in like December.
Yeah, I have it. It's on that phone right there.
Bro, do you
Right
even
after
do,
this.
do you even Heads Up?
I'm gonna say my favorite's Werewolf.
Good one.
Werewolf's a good one.
I'm gonna
I've
let
never
Autumn
anything
go, because I'll just steal hers.
No, go for it, bro.
No, you say.
I've got 2 in my head.
Say what?
Oh, good. Those were neither of the ones I went. Say
Jamie
what?
said she
is
liked
oh,
Say
also-
Anything.
oh wait, no. Say anything.
Say Anything is
That's what
also
I meant.
called the addicting game. The penis game.
Oh,
Because
God.
you can
I
put
like how you're
penis in there
whispering
for
it.
anything.
And I like how you say penis. It always makes me giggle because like you emphasize the e.
So Say Anything is
I've
like...
never played Say Anything.
Do you want... Go ahead, describe it.
So Say Anything is pretty fun because like it's you just ask a question. Usually there's like a pile of questions that you can ask, and it's just what's my favorite band, and one person usually puts penis because it's funny every time, or wiener. Wait, the weenie game.
The Wiener game. Yeah,
Wiener.
the Wiener game.
Because that's more PC, I guess. But and then some other people will put normal answers, but it's a vote.
You have to vote for what he's
Oh,
gonna
so it's
pick.
like
What
So it's
I'm
kinda like
going
apples
to
to
pick.
apples and
It's sort of like that, but it's
And
everyone
it's-
else who's playing votes for what they think I'm going
But
to pick.
there's like a
Yep.
board that you write down.
That's what I thought, Jamie.
Yeah.
Apples to apples with a whiteboard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I was gonna say categories.
I love Scattergory so much. I
Right?
could play
I'm
that
really
forever.
terrible.
That's one of those games that I could legit play for 6 hours.
Yep.
But I'm really terrible at it.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm good at it, but I love it still. Categories and Cranium.
Cranium.
And Jimmy and I are great on a team, and it sucks because we're great on
So-
the team,
We're actually really good.
but we're good. And the part that I want to do, like if we switch,
Snake oil.
We're bad.
We're absolutely terrible. Like
I like doing the
things,
stuff, but I'm actually a
terrible
better guesser. I'm a better guesser.
and she's a terrible doer. But like
No, I'm a good doer. He's just a terrible guesser.
I'm also a really terrible guesser.
Yeah.
She's not great either.
So if you ever want to
Pat
play
and I are-
Cranium, make sure we're not on the same team.
Pat and I are like amazing at Heads Up, to the point where there were points in time where Pat didn't even have to get a word out. He would just be like, and I'd be like, mistletoe, and he was like, yes. Like we did real good. We do real good at Heads Up. Me and Pat, we're intense. My
Camping
least
outside.
fun fact, my
Camping
least
outside.
favorite
'cause they're intense.
party game is Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, I also
Yeah,
I
Cards Against
despise that game.
Humanity and
I love
Apples
Cards
to
Against
Apples.
Humanity.
I like Apples to Apples.
I like cards, or I like Apples to
I
Apples
like
better
apples
than
to apples. I don't
better
like.
than Cards
I don't
Against-
like Cards Against Humanity. I won't play it.
I
Anymore.
can deal with Cards Against Humanity to a point. Everyone always pushes it too far. Like not too far where like
The
you
game
press
is made to be
boundaries.
pushed too
No,
far.
it's not the boundaries. It's not the boundaries. I'm fine
It's
with the boundaries.
arguments.
It's not even the arguments. It's okay. We got to 7. Now we're going till we run out of cards. It's like no, guys. It's been 3 hours. Like I was done with this at hour 15. Like 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, I like Apples to Apples, but I think mostly because like my family plays Apples to Apples. My mom, I think you were there when we played Apples to
Yeah.
Apples with my mom. My mom is a wizard when it comes to Apples to Apples. She sat down with me, Joe, and Jared, and then a huge group of people she did not know. and she won the fuck out of that game.
Yeah.
We all sat down. It was like me, Pat, Danny, Keith, Frank, Becky. It was all people that knew each other. My mom's like,
Yep.
and it'd be like, who put this down? My mom'd be like, that was me. She's got like 15 cards. The next person's got like 5. We're like, what? How did you do that? She is, and she gets me every time, every single time. Like she always winds up with the cards that like just
The
win
instant
for
win.
me.
Yeah.
And she always knows. Like I hate it when like like I have a few instant win cards like VW Beetles. I love VW Beetles. Don't put it down for anything because I'm like, no, that doesn't make any sense. It's not horrific. Like, yes, I like VW Beetles, but I'm not going to be like, I love VW Beetles.
Yeah.
This is irrelevant, but here's your card.
Yeah.
The only thing that I will accept is that if you have Helen Keller for Senseless, that is a winner. I don't care what else is there. I don't care if, like, Killing Puppies is also there. Helen Keller is more senseless than Killing Puppies.
It is.
I'm
It's
sorry.
the best. I think Helen Keller is like an always instant win card for me.
Not necessarily.
Well, that's
because
fine,
with
but it.
It
For
has
me.
to
I always,
be,
for
like-
some reason, in Apples to Apples, get lobster. Like, and I never, there's never anything to put it down for, so I just randomly put it out. Like,
yeah,
delicious.
like you can
Not
tell.
cheese.
You can tell.
It never works.
You can tell when I've like I literally I look at you and I'm like, mine is booger. I just needed to get the hell rid of that card.
Mine just always lobster, and it usually wins, which is stupid because like it never fits.
Apparently Lee thinks that he's that I'm a good defeat. I was like, Lee thinks that he's better at me than Heads Up. I'm pretty awesome. I'm like,
He said superpower like good.
yeah, like if I had to pick a superpower, it would be being awesome at Heads Up. Yeah. I don't know why. I'm like, Treehouse! Mr. Rogers! Like,
Mr. Rogers in a tree.
Yeah, it's not the actual boundaries. It's the fact that people do it for too long.
oh no, mine is the boundaries. I'm like, bro, seriously?
See-
I don't like games that push, like, I like games that push boundaries, but there's a certain, there's a line that you just don't cross, and Cards Against Humanity is for the people that love crossing, that think that, like, humor is the best medicine for things, and I'm like,
It's because we
Humor
don't
is
like that
good.
type of humor. That's the problem.
Yeah.
We don't like that type
yeah,
of
we
humor.
don't like
That's
that type
why
of
we don't
humor,
like that
so,
humor.
It's true.
It just gets stupid funny, which I hate.
yeah. And you're just like, and everybody is hysterically laughing and, like, snorting, and me and Pat are like, it's just disgusting. Gross. I don't get it. And then, like, me and Pat pass off cards for a while because we're like, this. And Pat's like, take that one. And I'm like, that is brilliant, Pat.
Cheerio.
Like, yeah. Like, we play a
Yep.
very, we managed to play a very elegant game
Of course.
of Cards Against Humanity. It's pointless at that point. But it is 11:30. I gotta go. I got work in the morning.
I think I'll go to bed. I've got work in the morning.
Bye, guys.
I
We'll see you next
Bye.
week. Let us know what you want to hear us talk about,
And
Yes,
then
please.
We'll talk about that.
and we'll talk about that.
Yep.
Otherwise, I have to pick.
Which.
She's good at,
She's
but
pretty good
she's
at
got to run out eventually.
Never.
We'll talk about Pitch Perfect.
We'll start talking
We'll
about
just
Pitch Perfect and Quidditch strategies. We got
yeah.
this.
Pitch
Pitch
Perfect.
Pitch Perfect 2's out in like 2 weeks, isn't it?
I
No,
know.
not 2
And,
weeks.
May
and it's so
May
brilliant
16th.
because, like, you know, Pitch Perfect. I really want to do a Pitch Perfect and Quidditch mashup
I know.
episode. I don't know how I'm
Ooh,
going to
The
function
perfect
it.
pitch.
Oh, we'll do it.
I don't know how I'm going to
Night,
function
night.
it yet, though.
Quidditch
But
strategies
night.
and Pitch Perfect. We got this. It'll be a whole month long.
What do we stop
So long, and
first?
thanks for all the fish.
What do we stop first?
Broadcast. Then record.
Broadcast.
Yeah.